Our last wine, and this is a kind of appropriately named wine, is Fuego Lento. Fuego Lento is a sort of slow burn, if you like, a slow fire, really. It's a term that's used in cooking, you know, that you're cooking it over, it's a long heat like you would do with a stew or something like that. And I think that's kind of a rather good description of not only the aging potential of these wines, this is a 2015 Fuego Lento, but also, you know, the fact that I think that Monastrell is a great variety that needs a little bit of patience. It's not something you want to approach necessarily in its youth. You can age it, as I've said. This is really exciting because it's a wine from a cooperative. I didn't know that when I tasted it, but it's great to have a wine from a co-op. Co-ops are a very important part of what Spain does, and the best of them, I think, are doing really exciting things and are providing a really good example to the others. This is a co-op that was founded in 1987 and has a female winemaker called Juani Madrigal. It has about 300 members and about 1,000 hectares of vineyards, again, dry farmed. We've changed sub-region here. We've gone to the Vinalopó Medio. So we've gone down a little bit. We're at about 600 meters, 50 kilometers from the ocean. So we've moved back towards the east, towards the Mediterranean. Classically, you know, it's another low rainfall area, about 300 millimeters, high sunshine hours, 3,290 hours of sunshine. These low yielding, 1 kilo per plant, so even lower than some of the wines we've seen already. And this is a selection of parcels from those 300 members. And they use not only a selection in the vineyard, if you like, but also selection tables, these mesas, they're sorting tables, mesas de selección, to pick the best grapes for this particular wine. This was first made in 2013, it's their top wine. This is the 2015, it's the third vintage, and it's the top wine, as I said, of the co-op. The key thing in 15 was, according to Juani, was a little bit of rain at vintage. It's interesting, isn't it, that some people think rain at vintage is a bad thing. The right amount of rain can just give you a little bit more water in the grapes, not necessarily a bad thing, some freshness in the ground. It just brings a little bit more balance to the wine. So, you know, rain at the right time is not necessarily a bad thing. This is another blend, and here this is very much Monastrell based, 70%. With 15% of our old friend Alicante Boucher or Garnacha Tintorera and 15% Syrah. This spends 18 months in new French oak. I'm not sure about the size of the barrels here, whether they're 228s or 500s. I should know that, but my guess is that they're smaller. Again, this is another example of a wine that's not picked together. Alicante Boucher is picked first, then the Syrah, then, surprise, surprise, the Monastrell is picked last. These are on terraces, what are known as bancales locally, and I believe that these bancales are actually protected by UNESCO. The Monastrell is over 50 years old and comes from two villages of La Romana and Hondón de las Nieves. 100% new French wood, as I said, longer maceration than any of the wines we've seen so far, of 20 days. This is pre-fermentation, during fermentation, and post-fermentation. Again, you know, Juani's saying the same thing about alcohol. You know, you need alcohol in these wines if you want maturity in these continental zones, particularly with this diurnal variation. This is a big wine, it's an impressive wine, it's a concentrated wine. It's a lovely balance, I think, between these three great varieties with very good, again, use of oak. Still quite young, bold, impressive, you know, that Mediterranean twist again, with just this thread of acidity going through it. I love that combination of acidity, tannin, and fruit. You know, it's ripe fruit, but it's never overripe fruit. And I think that's the key to Monastrell, this wonderful grape variety, that it gives you ripeness, but it just maintains this wonderful sense of freshness. Thanks very much from an autumnal London to you, wherever you're watching all over the world, and stay well, stay safe, and drink great wine. Thank you.